Good morning. Welcome back to the Higher Ground Podcast's Morning Minute Meditation. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have been studying on the subject of serving your generation. Our text was out of Acts chapter number 13, where as the Apostle Paul preaches, he speaks about how that King David served his generation by the will of God and was laid on sleep and gathered unto his fathers. He talked about the subject that David committed himself to the subject of God's people. He committed himself to serving and loving God's people, and he was cherished in the sight of people, and he also cherished the people of God. Last time we gathered together, we talked about some very practical ways in which you and I can serve our generation. The first topic that we dealt with was as David in chapter number 17 of the book of 1 Samuel went into the valley of Elah to face Goliath. Before he did this, however, he went before King Saul, and he told Saul about how that he had slain a lion and a bear that had come after his father's sheep, and how that God had helped him with those private conflicts in his life. Every one of us face private temptations and private spiritual conflicts in our life. And the best way we can serve our generation, or at least one of the best ways, is by defeating those private battles that we have. Today we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about fixing ourselves on finding a personal communion with God in a devotional way. David is known as the great psalmist of Israel, and oh my, what great psalms that he wrote for the people of God. Consider this. He said in Psalm 34 verse 1, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Consider verse number 6. This poor man cried in the Lord, and he heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. And then verse number 8, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Can I say to you that one of the greatest gifts you can give your children and give the next generation is to develop a communion walk with God, where you in devotion serve Him with all of your heart and love Him with all of your soul. From the Higher Grounds Podcast, goodbye. You have a great day.